Lena picked the old brick apartment on the town's edge, mainly because it was cheap, not because it had any charm. The landlord was a pale guy with sunken eyes who barely said anything, except for one strange warning. Don't open the door at the end of the hallway. It's locked for a reason. She figured it was just some storage closet, but every night soft, unclear whispers drifted through the hall from that very door. When she asked the neighbors, the few people living there just shrugged and said, "You'll get used to it." The whispers didn't get louder, but somehow they became clearer. They called her by name and spoke about things no one else should know. Her childhood secrets, her late sister's voice, her deepest fears. Lena couldn't sleep anymore. She found herself standing in front of that door for hours, shaking, trying to catch every word. Then the dreams started. In them, she opened the door and stepped inside a small dark room. Someone stood in the corner whispering, but it was her own voice she heard. One night, unable to handle it any longer, she sneaked into the landlord's office and took the master key. She unlocked the door. Inside was a tiny empty room with nothing but a tall, cracked mirror covered in dust. But when she looked into it, there was no reflection of her. Instead, the mirror showed her walking in, and in the corner of that reflected room, her twin sister, who had died 10 years ago, was standing and whispering. Lena spun around, heart racing. The room was still empty. When she looked back, her reflection was gone. Instead, she saw herself from the other side. A few weeks later, a new tenant moved in, a quiet, friendly young man. The landlord gave him the keys and repeated the same warning. Don't open the door at the end of the hall. At night, the tenant heard whispers too, but this time the voices weren't coming from inside the room. They were coming through the mirror.